Imagine spending 27 years in a cramped prison cell, your freedom stripped away. Now, picture emerging from that ordeal not bitter, but determined to lead a nation towards reconciliation. This isn't a Hollywood script. It's the real-life story of Nelson Mandela. But here's the million-dollar question. What separates figures like Mandela from the average person? Is it an innate gift or something we can all tap into? Buckle up, because what I'm about to share will challenge everything you thought you knew about success. Greatness isn't a genetic lottery. It's a path paved with fundamental principles. And today we're unlocking the vault. We're diving into the 7 game-changing steps used by legendary leaders like Napoleon Hill, Marcus Aurelius, Elon Musk, and the modern-day philosopher of purpose Simon Sinek. Ever heard of Sinek's Golden Circle? It's revolutionized how top companies operate, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. By the end of this video, you'll have a roadmap to greatness that most people will never discover. Ready to start your transformation? Let's dive in and unlock your extraordinary potential. Picture this. It's 3 a.m. and you're staring at the ceiling, wondering why success seems to elude you. Sound familiar? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the first secret of extraordinary achievement: the greatness mindset. Let's kick things off with a bombshell from Napoleon Hill. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now, before you roll your eyes thinking this is just another feel-good quote, let's break it down. Hill didn't just pull this idea out of thin air. He spent 20 years studying over 500 of the most successful people in America. We're talking titans like Thomas Edison and Henry Ford. What he discovered was mind-blowing. The common thread wasn't talent or luck, but a specific mindset. But here's where it gets juicy. Fast forward to today, and we've got living proof of Hill's philosophy in action. Enter David Goggins. Now, if you haven't heard of Goggins, prepare to have your excuses obliterated. Goggins wasn't born with a silver spoon. In fact, he was the epitome of average Joe. Overweight, working a dead-end job and battling depression. But one day he decided enough was enough. He conceived a new reality for himself, and more importantly, he believed in it with every fiber of his being. The result? Goggins transformed from a 300-pound exterminator into a Navy SEAL, ultramarathon runner, and world record holder for pull-ups. Talk about a glow-up. But wait, there's more. Enter Simon Sinek, the modern-day philosopher of purpose. His TED Talk, How Great Leaders Inspire Action, isn't just a viral sensation with over 60 million views. It's a masterclass in the power of belief and purpose. Sinek argues that the most influential leaders and organizations all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. They start with their why, their core belief, and it radiates outward, inspiring others to action. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. How can you apply this greatness mindset to your life? Let's try a quick exercise. 1. Close your eyes and visualize your ideal self 1 year from now. Be specific. 2. Now, channel your inner Napoleon Hill and create a powerful affirmation. Something like, I am capable of achieving your goal, because your unique strengths. 3. Finally, ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? Channel your inner Simon Sinek and dig deep for your purpose. Remember, this isn't just positive thinking. It's about rewiring your brain for success. The more you practice, the stronger your greatness mindset becomes. As we wrap up this chapter, consider this. What if the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the belief that you can achieve them? What would change if you fully embraced the greatness mindset? In the next chapter, we'll dive deeper into Simon Sinek's Golden Circle and how understanding your why can skyrocket your path to greatness. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have an almost magnetic pull, inspiring others to follow their lead? The secret lies in something Simon Sinek calls the Golden Circle. Buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into this game-changing concept. Picture 3 concentric circles. In the center you have why. The middle ring is how, and the outer ring is what. Most people and companies start from the outside and work their way in. They focus on what they do, sometimes on how they do it, but rarely on why. But the true leaders, the ones who inspire action and loyalty, they start with the why. Let's break it down. The what is easy. It's the products or services you offer. The how might be your unique selling proposition or methodology. But the why, that's your purpose, your belief, the very reason you get out of bed in the morning. Sinek argues that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Mind-blowing, right? It's not about features or benefits. It's about belief and purpose. Now let's look at a real-world example that's literally out of this world: Elon Musk and SpaceX. What does SpaceX do? They build rockets. How? Through innovative engineering and reusable technology. But why? To make humanity a multi-planetary species. That's a why that gets people excited. It's not about selling rockets. It's about preserving and expanding human consciousness. It's a purpose so compelling that it attracts top talent, inspires incredible innovation, and keeps the team going through inevitable setbacks. But here's where it gets personal. Simon Sinek's journey to discovering the golden circle wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. He's spoken about a period in his life where he lost his passion and drive. Sound familiar? Many of us have been there, feeling stuck, unsure of our direction. For Sinek, the turning point came when he rediscovered his own why. He realized his purpose was to inspire others to do the work that inspires them. This clarity of purpose pulled him out of his funk and set him on the path to becoming the influential leader we know today. Now it's your turn. Let's do a quick exercise to start uncovering your why. 1. Think about a time when you felt truly fulfilled. What were you doing? Who were you helping? 2. Ask yourself, if money were no object, what would you do with your life? 3. Imagine you're at your 80th birthday party. What do you want people to say about the impact you've had? These questions might seem simple, but they're the first steps to uncovering your core purpose. And once you have that, it's like having a compass in the stormy seas of life and business. Remember, finding your why isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentic. It's about aligning your actions with your core beliefs and values. When you do that, you don't just go through the motions, you come alive. As we wrap up this chapter, consider this. What would change in your life if you started leading with your why? How might it transform your relationships, your career, your impact on the world? In our next chapter, we'll explore how to turn this purpose into consistent action. But before we do, here's a question for you. Are you enjoying this video? So don't forget to hit that like button. Picture this. It's 5 a.m. While most of the world sleeps, a select few are already conquering their day. What's their secret? One word: discipline. Let's kick things off with a powerful statement from Jocko Willink, former Navy SEAL and leadership expert. Discipline equals freedom. At first glance, this might seem contradictory. How can discipline, which implies rules and restrictions, lead to freedom? The answer lies in the power of consistent, purposeful action. Think about it. When you're disciplined about your health, you gain the freedom of a strong, capable body. When you're disciplined with your finances, you gain the freedom from financial stress. It's not about restriction. It's about liberation through intentional living. This isn't a new concept. Let's rewind about 2,000 years to ancient Rome. Marcus Aurelius, emperor and Stoic philosopher, lived by a code of discipline that's still relevant today. He wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." Aurelius understood that discipline isn't just about following rules. It's about fulfilling our potential as human beings. It's about showing up day after day regardless of how we feel. But here's where it gets interesting. Simon Sinek, in his exploration of great leadership, adds another layer to this concept. He says, a team is not a group of people who work together. A team is a group of people who trust each other. What's the connection? Discipline isn't just about personal growth. It's about building trust. When you're consistently disciplined, people know they can count on you. You become a rock in a world of uncertainty. Now let's get practical. How can we build this kind of discipline in our daily lives? One powerful technique is the Pomodoro technique. It's simple. Work intensely for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Repeat. This method trains your brain to focus and builds your discipline muscle over time. Another strategy: create a morning ritual. Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, starts his day at 3:45 a.m. with email, exercise, and planning. While that exact schedule might not work for everyone, the principle is sound. A consistent morning routine sets the tone for a disciplined day. But here's the key: start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Pick one area. Maybe it's waking up 15 minutes earlier, or dedicating 10 minutes to meditation each day. Consistency in small things leads to big changes over time. Remember, discipline isn't about perfection. It's about progress. There will be days when you slip up, and that's okay. The true test of discipline is getting back on track after a setback. As we wrap up this chapter, consider this. What's one area of your life where increased discipline could lead to greater freedom? How might your life change if you applied these principles consistently for the next 30 days? In our next chapter, we'll explore how to maintain this discipline in the face of adversity. We'll dive into the incredible resilience of figures like Viktor Frankl and Nelson Mandela, and discover how their experiences can guide us through our own challenges. But before we move on, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. How can you start building more discipline into your life today? Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Your path to greatness starts now. Imagine being stripped of everything: your possessions, your freedom, even your identity. How would you react? This was the reality for Viktor Frankl in the concentration camps of World War II. Yet from this unimaginable suffering, Frankl emerged with a profound insight that would change millions of lives. When we are no longer able to change a situation, Frankl wrote, we are challenged to change ourselves. This powerful statement encapsulates the essence of resilience, the ability to bounce back, to grow stronger through adversity. But Frankl's wisdom isn't just for extreme situations. It's a principle that can transform our daily lives. Think about it. How often do we waste energy fighting against circumstances we can't control instead of adapting and growing through them? This brings us to another extraordinary example of resilience: Nelson Mandela. For 27 years, Mandela was imprisoned on Robben Island. But instead of letting bitterness consume him, he used that time as preparation for leadership. He studied his captors, learned their language, and honed his ability to unite people across deep divides. Mandela's story teaches us that sometimes, what looks like a setback can actually be a setup for something greater. It's all about perspective and how we choose to respond to challenges. Now let's bring this into the modern business world with Simon Sinek. Sinek has spoken openly about facing his own professional and personal challenges. At one point, he lost his passion for his work and struggled with depression. But it was through this struggle that he discovered his why, his purpose to inspire others. Sinek's journey reminds us that even successful people face setbacks. The key is not to avoid challenges, but to use them as catalysts for growth and self-discovery. So, how can we apply these lessons in our own lives? One powerful technique is the Stoic practice of negative visualization. Here's how it works. 1. Imagine losing something important to you: your job, a relationship, or a prized possession. 2. Really feel the emotions that would come with that loss. 3. Now open your eyes and look around. Everything is still there. 4. Feel the surge of gratitude and appreciation for what you have. This practice not only increases our resilience by preparing us mentally for setbacks, but it also enhances our appreciation for the present moment. Another practical tool is the what if to what is shift. When faced with a challenge, instead of asking what if this goes wrong, ask what is this teaching me? This simple reframe can turn obstacles into opportunities for growth. Remember, resilience isn't about being unbreakable. It's about becoming adaptable. It's about finding the lesson in every setback, the opportunity in every challenge. As we wrap up this chapter, consider this. What's a challenge you're facing right now? How might you reframe it as an opportunity for growth? What would Viktor Frankl, Nelson Mandela, or Simon Sinek do in your situation? In our next chapter, we'll explore the power of connections and how building the right relationships can accelerate your journey to greatness. But for now, take a moment to appreciate your own resilience. You've overcome challenges before, and you have the strength to face whatever comes next. Picture this. You're at a crossroads in your career. The path ahead seems unclear and you're not sure which way to turn. Now imagine having a personal board of advisors, mentors, peers, and visionaries who could guide you through this uncertainty. Sounds powerful, doesn't it? This brings us to a profound insight from Jim Rohn. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Take a moment to consider that. Who are your 5? Are they lifting you up or holding you back? Rohn's wisdom isn't just about surrounding yourself with successful people. It's about creating an ecosystem of growth and support. It's about understanding that our connections shape our thoughts, our actions, and ultimately our destinies. Let's look at a historical example that brings this concept to life. Thomas Edison and Henry Ford, 2 of the greatest innovators in American history, were part of a group called the Vagabonds. This informal think tank included other brilliant minds like Harvey Firestone and John Burroughs. They would go on camping trips, sharing ideas and challenging each other's thinking. This mastermind group played a crucial role in shaping their individual successes and, by extension, the course of technological progress. Now fast forward to today. Simon Sinek, the modern philosopher of leadership, takes this concept of powerful connections to a new level. Sinek has spoken about his work with the U.S. Armed Forces, particularly the Navy SEALs. What he learned from these elite teams wasn't just about physical toughness or tactical skills. It was about the power of trust and genuine human connection in high-stakes situations. Sinek observed that the most effective teams weren't necessarily composed of the strongest or smartest individuals. They were the teams where each member trusted each other implicitly. This trust allowed them to function as a cohesive unit, far more powerful than the sum of its parts. So, how can we apply these insights in our own lives? Here are some practical strategies. 1. Audit your circle. List the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they aligned with your goals and values? 2. Seek diverse perspectives. Don't just connect with people in your field. Cross-pollinate ideas from different industries and backgrounds. 3. Give before you take. Approach networking with a mindset of contribution. Ask yourself, how can I add value to this person's life? 4. Create your own mastermind. Gather a small group of peers who share your drive for growth. Meet regularly to share challenges and insights. 5. Leverage technology. Use platforms like LinkedIn or industry-specific forums to connect with mentors and thought leaders you admire. Remember, building meaningful connections isn't about collecting business cards or growing your social media following. It's about creating genuine relationships based on mutual respect, shared values, and a commitment to growth. As we wrap up this chapter, consider this. Who is one person you could reach out to today that might change the trajectory of your life or career? What's stopping you from making that connection? In our final chapter, we'll bring together all the insights we've explored and chart your personal path to greatness. But before we do, take a moment to reflect on the connections in your life. Are they serving your highest potential? If not, what changes can you make starting today? As we reach the end of our journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the 7 steps to greatness we've explored. From Napoleon Hill's power of belief to Simon Sinek's golden circle, we've uncovered timeless wisdom that can transform your life and career. Remember Simon Sinek's powerful words. Working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. This is the essence of our journey, finding that spark that ignites your passion and propels you towards greatness. Now it's time for action. Choose one of the steps we've discussed and commit to implementing it in the next 30 days. Maybe it's defining your why, practicing daily discipline, or building more meaningful connections. Whatever you choose, take that first step today. But don't stop there. Share your experiences in the comments below. What resonated with you? What challenges are you facing? Remember, greatness isn't a solitary journey. It's about building a community of like-minded individuals striving for excellence. Are you ready to embrace your potential for greatness? What will your first step be? The path is clear and the time is now. Don't just watch this video and move on. Let it be the catalyst for your transformation. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your journey to greatness is just beginning, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. Let's make greatness not just a possibility but your new reality. Hey, incredible growth seekers! Wow, what a journey! If this video resonated, subscribe now for more life-changing content. Join our community of self-improvers. Smash that like button to fuel more content on mindfulness, goal setting, and emotional intelligence. Share this video to create a ripple of positive change. Comment below about your growth journey. Your insights shape our content. Next week, boosting self-confidence and overcoming limiting beliefs. Don't miss it. Every interaction brings us closer to a world of empowered individuals. Let's make personal development global. Stay inspired, keep growing. Your best self awaits. Let's unlock it together.